Hello there, welcome to your weather forecast. My name is Julie Godot on your Sunday afternoon. I hope you guys all had a great weekend and I hope it finishes off without a hitch today. And we're going to be talking about the weather forecast coming up for your next couple of days there. And if you're watching this channel on YouTube, please leave your likes, comments, and subscribe to the channel. And our city of the day is none other than but Salt Lake City, Utah there along the Wasatch Mountain Range and the Great Salt Lake to the west there. Beautiful day out there this afternoon. You guys just had to deal with some snow over the last few days here as we had that big snowstorm across the northern Rockies out there throughout parts of Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming and Colorado, as well as Utah. Some of that snow from that very complex storm system they had moved through the Rockies over the last couple of days. You're looking at 67 degrees for your temperature right now under partly cloudy skies. You can see those lovely mix of clouds out there for your Sunday afternoon. And our forecast, we're going to be talking about the possibility of something tropical that might develop over the next couple of days. We'll need to keep a close eye on something in the Gulf of Mexico, as well as more severe weather, flooding, some fire conditions as well. But right now, we're going to take a look at that national radar out there because I want to show you what's going on in different regions across the country this evening. Here we are with a live look at the national radar right now. We have a lot of action going on here in the southeast and on up the east coast there, as well as out here in the Intermountain West. We have a little bit of action going on there and some stuff going on in the northern plains. But first, we're going to zoom in on the southeast here and take a look at these thunderstorms down here across the Mississippi Valley and along the Florida coastline there. Okay, here we are looking at the southeast right now. We have this area of showers and some thunderstorms that's coming on shore along the Florida panhandle here, as well as in Mobile, Alabama, and parts of down towards New Orleans as well. Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, Biloxi, Mississippi is picking up some of those showers and thunderstorms coming onshore by a little area of development out here that could turn into something tropical over the next couple of days. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And we do have a cold front here along the southeast that's going to be dropping to the south here. So we'll have to see how it affects this area of disturbed weather here over the Gulf of Mexico. If it creates a lot of shear, that will help prevent anything tropical from getting organized down here. But if not, there's about a 10% chance that this could develop into a tropical depression right now. Now it's just classified as a tropical wave out here, but it is producing some showers and thunderstorms down here along the Gulf Coast. And we have this moisture here that's associated with that cold front to the north. So it's going to continue to spread showers and thunderstorms on up the eastern seaboard. Now let's take a trip further up the coastline and show you exactly what we're talking about here. Okay, here we are moving up the eastern seaboard here into the mid-Atlantic states. And here we have down here off the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina, we have these showers and thunderstorms that's moving offshore here and moving off to the northeast. So that's going to be spreading some storms here near Jacksonville as well as Raleigh. We're going to be seeing those showers and storms move in towards Virginia Beach as well. So you guys should all get ready for those showers. And here in Virginia, we have Charlottesville here. You got a line of showers and thunderstorms just off to the south and west here. This is going to be providing some opportunities here for some severe weather this afternoon. So some large hail and damaging winds is going to be possible with this activity here along this cold front that's going to be spreading these showers here through Bristol as well as in Roanoke and Charlottesville. Of course, you're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms, and we're going to be dealing with those showers and storms down here by Knoxville as well as Cleveland, Tennessee here, and in parts of Atlanta, Georgia. These just might brush the northern sections of Atlanta here, but we will be keeping an eye on that. But you have this stuff to the south that's lifting north that's going to be moving in your direction. So you're going to, in Douglasville out here and Stone Mountain area, you guys going to be keeping an eye out on for those showers coming from the south off the Gulf of Mexico here. And then we have these thunderstorms that's extending back here through Birmingham, Alabama. So north of Birmingham here, down into Starkville, Mississippi, Meridian. You guys are going to be dealing with these showers and storms here, especially around Tupelo area here. You're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms. So let's move further up the coast and show you what's going on in the Northeast. All right, so here we are moving further up the northeast coastline here. We got the big cities here. We got Washington, D.C. and Baltimore there. You guys are seeing those showers and thunderstorms as well this afternoon. Pittsburgh is seeing those showers and storms. Philadelphia. We got New Jersey here. New York City, you will be seeing those showers and storms later this afternoon, as this line could produce some severe weather for you guys. And we're talking large hail and maybe some quarter-size hail and some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here, and an isolated tornado is not out of the question either for this line of storms out here that's going to be moving off to the east northeast. But ahead of that line of storms, we have a lot of heat out here into the northeast, where we have those temperatures in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees out here near Boston, down into New York City and the mid-Atlantic states there. So we're going to be seeing that heat as well. These showers also extend into parts of Canada here. So over here near Montreal and Quebec there, we're going to be seeing those showers and some thunderstorms for your areas as well. But we don't expect any of this in Canada to become severe. Our severe is going to be along this line here toward the east to the coastline there. That's where we expect to see that severe weather this afternoon. So let's move out west and take a look at what's going on toward the Rockies and into the northern plains and the Great Lakes. All right, here we are looking at the northern plains and the Great Lakes. We got the great state of Minnesota and Wisconsin and Michigan here, and we do see a small area where we may have a few sprinkles or some showers in this cold air that's dropping down out of Canada. As you can see, these polka dots out here, these are cumulus clouds. So we have a very large cumulus field here across the upper Midwest this afternoon and evening. So some of those might produce a few scattered, maybe isolated showers there, maybe even a random snowflake here across northern Minnesota and North Dakota. Might see a random snowflake from one of these instability showers, as we have the daytime heating of the surface is warming the air just above. We have a layer of cold air aloft, and that warm air rising into that cold air is enough to create a little bit of instability to get some of these puffy cumulus clouds to develop with the heating of the afternoon. But when the sun sets and things quiet down, those clouds and showers will dissipate. Let's go out west now and take a look at what's going on across the central Rockies. Okay, here we are with the northern Rockies and the western plains here, and we see scattered showers. We got some snow showers, maybe some embedded thunder in here a little bit. So we did see a lot of snow across the Denver area, as well as into Idaho and Montana and Wyoming over the last couple of days. That have all since died down now, so there are no winter weather advisories posted at this time, but we do have a few showers left over out there. So around Idaho Falls here, Cody, Wyoming, as well as down towards Cheyenne, you're going to be dealing with a few showers. Just some clouds around the Denver area now. You're not expecting any precipitation today, but one of these showers could stray its way toward the northern sections of the Denver area. Here we have Craig, so we're talking about maybe Boulder could pick up a stray shower or so this afternoon, but it's not necessarily something you have to worry about right now. Just kind of keep an eye out to the north. There's one of these passing by, could clip your area down there. So that's a look at the weather here across the northern Rockies and the high plains of Colorado and Wyoming out there, as we do have those few showers dancing around out there. But as we look toward the Pacific, all things are pretty quiet now. We do have some clouds moving to the Pacific Northwest, as we have some showers offshore. That might affect your area late tonight or early tomorrow morning, so we'll have to keep an eye on that area as well. But nice conditions down here through the Great Basin of Nevada, as well as northern and central California. But it is pretty warm out there across the Central Valley here in the San Joaquin, as those temperatures have soared into the 90s. And later on this week, you will see temperatures top out near 100 degrees. So that is a dance across America as we take a look at the different areas of activities that we're concerned about this afternoon and evening. And join me right now as we take a look at our weather today. Here we are with our weather today, and we're going to be talking about some of the things going on out there, as well as the weather for the days ahead. And we take a look at our watches and warnings for this afternoon. For the most part, across the nationwide is concerned, it's pretty quiet. We do have a large area of a severe thunderstorm watch here across the Northeast, from Maine into Vermont and New Hampshire. We have Michigan, not Michigan, but Massachusetts and Rhode Island here, upstate New York, as well as Pennsylvania, down into the mid-Atlantic. So we got Virginia here and Maryland that's going to be seeing the possibility of a line of severe thunderstorms roll through your area this evening. We're talking some large hail, some damaging wind, and a possible tornado is also not out of the question, not expected or likely, but is always possible. Here we had our area of freezing weather here across the northern portions of the boot of Michigan. I think this is long expired now, but that was there for earlier in the day. I'm pretty sure it's about in the 60s right now, so they're not worrying about freezing up there, but that is still posted there. But here is our only red flag warning in existence right now here across Utah. So we got southeastern and eastern Utah here, where we do have a small red flag advisory in place. They're still fighting the Calf and Hermit fire there in New Mexico, but at least you're not dealing with any red flag advisories this afternoon, so that is most welcome and good news, as temperatures are a lot cooler and there's a little bit less wind for you guys to deal with down there. We do have our heat advisory here across the southern end of the San Joaquin Valley here in California, as those temperatures have reached the mid-90s, and they will hit the lower 100s later on this week. So for the most part, that is all that's going on across America as far as our watches and warnings are concerned. Now, as we talk about that weather going on across the Northeast today, so our overview of the New England and the Mid-Atlantic states here. We're talking about New York City, Newark, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Boston, Rhode Island here. We got Providence, Hartford. So all of you guys here in the Northeast are going to be dealing with that potential for that severe thunderstorm this afternoon. So we do have a lot of heat and humidity out ahead of that storm. So that's going to continue before the front passes through, and then you'll start to see those thunderstorms. Those thunderstorms will roll through, and then those temperatures will fall back to close to normal for Monday. So much better weather conditions expected for you guys on Monday. But in the meantime, you will have to worry about some strong to severe thunderstorms late this afternoon and into the night with the passage of that cold front. Okay. And also you have the heat advisory in place until about 6 p.m. tonight. Once that storm front passes through, you'll see things cool down dramatically there, so you'll be very happy about that. We'll just pray and hope that no rotation or no spin ups or any tornadoes happen out there, and mostly you'll have to do with is a little bit of hail and some straight line winds would be the most that you can expect from this line of thunderstorms. And don't forget, the water also offshore is very cold, so if you plan on going out to enjoy some boatings, please don't fall in the water, even though it's really hot, but the water temperature is still in the 50s, and that your body is being hot in the 90s and falling into 50-degree water can cause hypothermia and can make people panic once that cold water hits your hot bodies. And so be careful out there if you are going boating or any water activities. And also rip currents is also a concern out there, especially out there along Long Island if you're going to be doing any swimming or anything off of Long Beach out there in New York. So or Jones Beach in New York City there. Please be aware of the possibility of rip current. So that is to look at some of what's going on in the Northeast as for our weather feature for today. So let's go on and deal with our severe weather issues. And I'm happy to report that there will be a decrease in the amount of severe weather we're going to be seeing across the country over the next few days after we deal with this guy here. So once our front moves offshore a little bit there's still some areas of that front that's still going to be along the southeast. So we're not going to be completely done with it tomorrow, but it will move a little bit further offshore. So we'll have that slight risk of severe weather here across the Northeast and into the mid-Atlantic this afternoon. We'll have a marginal risk across the rest of the Southeast and on toward the coast. So any of you guys in this dark green area can see an isolated severe thunderstorms. We'll also see some non-severe thunderstorms back here into Texas and across the southern plains, as well as over across the northern Rockies with those showers that I showed you earlier. Could have an isolated thunderstorm in that mix as well. So, but no severe weather expected for most of you folks out there, except for a huge portion of you folks out on the East Coast. And if you look down here, you can see the cities and towns under that slight risk, as well as some of the cities and towns for that marginal risk. And I'll step out here for a second. So if you want to pause the video so you can take a closer look at that, feel free to do so, okay? All right, there you go. So let's move on. Let's talk about what we're going to see for your Monday. We have a slight risk for some severe storms from that cold front, the part of it that's going to still be onshore here across the southern end. And that front is going to extend here back over to Texas, where I have a secondary trough of low pressure here, an open wave over here over Texas that's going to help to trigger a slight risk for some scattered severe storms here across southwestern Texas. So we have San Antonio. You folks are going to be just outside San Antonio, Austin, just inside that slight risk for severe thunderstorms as well. Dallas, you can see that marginal risk for some severe thunderstorms. Oklahoma City, you guys are just going to be to the west of that severe weather threat, but that doesn't mean that some of these storms can't move over your area, but we're not expecting it at this time. So, but we'll see some non-severe thunderstorms all the way into the northern plains. We have a few more scattered non-severe storms over here across Idaho and Montana, parts of Washington up there, and then we'll see some scattered non-severe storms extend from Texas all the way into the mid-Atlantic states up into North Carolina and on down through the state of Florida for your Monday. Here's Tuesday, and Tuesday we just have this tiny little area here across central Texas that's going to have that slight risk, large hail, damaging wind, and a tornado is always possible over Texas and Oklahoma. So please never let your guard down here across the southern plains. So we have Austin, Texas, Waco, maybe Dallas, Fort Worth. Could see that severe storm for your Tuesday afternoon there. San Antonio, we're not going to leave you guys out of the mix for that severe weather. And again, you can take a look down here and see if your city is on this list for seeing that severe weather for Tuesday. And we're going to have thunderstorms extending all the way to the Canadian border here through the northern plains, the high plains of Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico here. Now, here's the thing about this area is that dry thunderstorm possibility here across New Mexico as we get some elevated thunderstorms, and most of the rainfall can evaporate before it hit the ground. So it's going to be some dry lightning shooting around out there across the mountains of New Mexico. So you might have to want to keep an eye out for that. And that's also a possibility here into the high plains as well. Now we'll see those severe, non-severe storms possible here through through parts of Arkansas and Missouri as well. We have Kansas and Oklahoma through the southeast down through Florida. We got the Carolinas here, Atlanta, Georgia. We're talking Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. That's going to extend to about Virginia here, West Virginia, Ohio. We're talking Indiana and Illinois. So we're moving this all the way into the upper Midwest and the upper Mississippi Valley. We're going to be dealing with that non-severe threat of thunderstorms, and this is very scattered to isolated. So not everybody's going to be seeing thunderstorms. You're not going to be seeing a wall of storms moving across the country. It's just going to be very scattered stuff out there. So just pay attention to your local weather forecast for your area at any given time, because anything can happen with these weather conditions, okay? All right, so that was a look at our severe weather over the next few days. Here's our fire weather outlook because that fire season is really just getting going, especially down there for you folks across the Southwest into New Mexico and Arizona and California. You guys want to be on your guard as well, and you too in Nevada and Colorado. All right, so here's a look at what we're seeing today as far as any weather watches, and we do have our elevated fire danger here, and we have a critical fire weather here across western New Mexico and eastern Arizona, and then another area here across central and southern Utah. So we're seeing critical fire, and then we have elevated fire danger here into Nevada, Utah, southwestern Colorado. We got all of eastern, western New Mexico and eastern Arizona here dealing with that possibility of an elevated fire risk. So we have lower humidities. That humidity down here is lower than 25%, but at least it's not in the single digits. So that's one reason why we're not worried about red flags. It's considerably cooler. There's a lot of temperature, especially down here in the lower southern sections of Arizona here, where it's typically warmer, only in the upper 80s to lower 90s today. So we're not seeing those triple digit heats. A little bit higher humidity, about 25% or so. The winds could be kind of strong here through the mountains, as we can see gusts to 50, but the wind in general 20 to 30 miles per hour for your Sunday afternoon and evening. For tomorrow, we're going to be seeing an elevated risk for fires here through Arizona and New Mexico. This here is because of dry thunderstorms. Remember what I said in the last section there? Dry thunderstorms here and through the high plains of New Mexico and southern Colorado there. So we're going to be dealing with thunderstorms where the moisture will evaporate. The rainfall is not going to reach the ground because the storms are so elevated and it's very dry at the surface. But you have elevated humidity and moisture and elevated dew points there in upper levels of the atmosphere. That's going to spark some thunderstorms that the rainfall is not going to reach the surface. So that's something that could add to the problems for fires out there across New Mexico for your Monday out there tomorrow. Okay. All right, so here's a little bit about the fire, the Hermit and Calf Fire down in New Mexico. This is the entire burned area here. Here is Las Vegas, New Mexico, right there. So just to the west and north of Las Vegas, New Mexico, is where this fire is burning. Here's some information. This fire has now burned about 310,000 acres, only about 40% contained. There's about 2,900 firefighters on hand. The Hermit's Peak is where it started on April 6th. And I think they said it was started from a controlled burn that had spot fires get out of control. So it's the county officials started this fire trying to do a controlled burn. So I guess it got out of control. So that's more information on that fire there. And you can see the type of brush we're dealing with here. So we got heavy mixed conifers, ponderosa pine, some brush and grass. So it's like a mixed bag of fuel here that's going to make this fire especially difficult to put out there. So that is a look at the fire forecast. Here's your national forecast for the next 3 days. And here we are for this evening. We have that severe weather that we're going to be seeing here in the northeast there, that we're already seeing those severe thunderstorms moving toward the coastline there. And once that all pushes through, your temperatures will come back down to normal once that frontal boundary passes through your area this evening. So you won't have to worry about those 90s to near 100 degrees. But in the meantime, we're going to see these scattered thunderstorms all the way down the eastern seaboard into Florida and along the Gulf Coast, up and through the Appalachian mountain range here. So we're going to be dealing with thunderstorms in this entire region here. And we have some very heavy rainfall from some tropical activity that's offshore that's going to be sending in some waves of heavy rainfall along the Gulf Coast down there through Alabama and Mississippi and parts of Georgia there. Could be seeing some very heavy rainfall, and isolated severe storms is also possible in this east region as well, as you guys are under that marginal risk for that severe weather. And as we look toward the west, we have a red flag here in parts of New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah. But we still have a few snow showers here across the northern Rockies and the Front Range. A few snow showers, not a whole lot to worry about with this. And some rain showers moving out into the high plains this afternoon and evening. Few thunderstorms out there across Oklahoma, but nothing severe for you. But that nice cool weather here across the upper Midwest here, we may see a few showers here in parts of Wisconsin and Michigan, as we see a few spotty showers out there in this nice cool weather with those cloudy skies. And that will continue again tomorrow, but we'll see dry weather conditions for the most part for the northern plains. And nice weather out west and down the California coastline into the desert southwest. Very nice, but warm across the Central Valley in California as we're in the 90s, approaching 100 degrees, but very nice in LA and San Diego for your Sunday. Now, for your Monday, what we'll see is nice weather down here again across the West Coast. The LA, San Diego, Phoenix, Tucson, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City. You guys can enjoy nice weather. Portland too. Maybe a shower near Seattle and a little bit of snow in the higher elevations of the Cascades. We'll see a few showers, snow showers here up into Montana and Idaho, and as well as Wyoming, Colorado, maybe a snow shower, but nothing heavy, very mixed and high elevation snow. Most people won't see anything out of that. Our severe weather is going to be down here in Texas for your Monday, so we're going to see that chance for that severe weather. Always a tornado threat in Texas. Large hail, damaging wind. You know, Texas is famous for golf ball or larger size hail and some very heavy rainfall as well. And we're going to see that heavy rainfall through Kansas and Oklahoma for some heavy to severe thunderstorms for you folks. And again, that tropical entity down here offshore is going to continue to pump in that tropical moisture down here along the Gulf Coast. So we're going to see a lot of rainfall for you guys down there that can contribute to some localized flooding from all that rainfall. And we'll see some non-severe thunderstorms up to the mid-Atlantic states here. So we have D.C. and Baltimore on down to Jacksonville and Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Orlando. Could see that chance for some scattered showers and or thunderstorm tomorrow as well. Okay, here we are for your Tuesday. We don't really see a large area of severe weather, but we will see some heavy rain here through the Ozarks and as well as eastern Texas and Oklahoma. Could see some heavy rainfall up into Missouri and southern Iowa as well. Some very heavy rainfall for some thunderstorms out there. And I think there's a possibility that that tropical entity comes on shore. It's not a named tropical system yet, so but it's possible that we may be dealing with something interesting down in this part of the country when we get to Tuesday. Whether it does or not, we will be having some heavy rainfall because of this frontal boundary here. And we got this guy going on up into the high plains of New Mexico and Arizona there along the Mogollon Rim. Yes, the high country out there where we're seeing some showers and thunderstorms for your Tuesday. So that is a look at the national weather forecast. Here's our tropical outlook. Here's what we just looked at in our big overview map there. Here's that guy out here across the Gulf of Mexico here, just offshore of New Orleans, Louisiana. It's about 90 nautical miles to the south there, and it's got this big area. You can see these dots here. This is lightning strikes, so we got a lot of thunderstorms off coast, and it's also spreading some showers and thunderstorms onto the southern shore of Florida here along the Florida Panhandle, Mississippi, and Alabama, into Georgia as well. We're going to be seeing some of those showers emanating from this activity down in the Gulf of Mexico. And we have some more action down here in Mexico here, down in Hispaniola. We're going to be seeing these areas of showers and thunderstorms. There's nothing specified about any development in this area, but we will take a look at that there, right there. Here's our possible tropical entity number one. So we have about a 10% chance of developing into a depression over the next 2 days. So the next few days we're going to keep an eye on this guy right here, as it could be our first named tropical system of the season. Yes, that is correct. We're going to keep an eye on it, that it could be something there, but it's only a 10% chance that anything could happen, because it's going to depend a lot on this frontal boundary here. Now you see how it's arched right here. That's because we got high pressure in control of a lot of this area here. So it's kind of preventing this frontal boundary from moving too further to the south here. Now it will progress east in the north, but it's going to kind of take a slanted turn here and have an arch here across the southeast, and not really be able to move all the way through as quickly as it will to the north. So that could put the brakes on any tropical development here, because it's going to create a lot of shear, and tropical systems don't like wind shear from external storm systems. Okay, here we are for the Pacific. Very quiet across the Pacific. Not looking at much going on here. This is the intertropical convergence zone. Nothing to speak of there. There's always thunderstorms there because of the sun angles. Heats that water. So we always have thunderstorms going on there. And here we are as we look out towards Hawaii. This guy has been out here for days, kind of meandering around out there, but nothing tropical is going to develop out of that guy, so we don't have to worry about him. But Hawaii could certainly use some rainfall, as it's been kind of dry for them this winter and fall and spring. So, but anyway, nothing much further going on with that. So that was a look at the weather forecast for the next 2 or 3 days. My name is Julie Godot. Thanks for watching this video. Leave your likes, comments, and you can subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys with the next forecast.